What's up, DBs? Coach D Magic here, former D1 defensive back at the University of Hawaii. We're going to talk about some slot man techniques. Make sure you go grab that DB Mastery program. We do talk about this technique along with many other ways that you can play man-to-man. I'm also doing a one-time DB seminar 4-day clinic in Eugene, Oregon, Springfield, Oregon. So if you're in the Pacific Northwest, make sure you go check that out. I'll put the link in the description as well. I appreciate you guys. This is called the cliff technique. You might hear it called like the hang technique. There's different terms for it, but at the end of the day, it's a different form of catch man in the slot, except you want to be able to have certain tools for certain situations, okay? So, you got to have a hammer, you got to have a wrench, you got to have a screwdriver, all tools in our tool belt, but for different situations. So we're praying catch man, slot man, right? But it is it's 3rd and 12. They have to get 12 yards to get a first down. What routes are we expecting that are 10 plus yards deep? Okay. If we talk about in breaking routes, you might have to worry about the quick slant and then being able to convert that, but that's like the least of our worries. So the dig, inside dig, everything outside we're pretty much thinking slot fade, corner, deep out. But again, it all depends on what they do. Okay, so when you're watching film, is that what routes do they run to the tray side or the trip side? We got a tight end here. What routes does the number 2 run, first of all? And then what routes does he run based on his relationship to the hash? When he's on the hash, what deep routes is he running? If he's inside the hash, what routes are he running? If he's outside the hash, plus 2 yards outside the hash. So those are all things you're looking for on film. Cliff technique. When you think about a cliff, okay, you have your back against the edge of the cliff. So he's at about 8.5, 9 yards. We have our back. This tick right here on the hash is going to be our cliff mark. Okay, essentially, if you have your heels against the edge of a cliff and you back up, you will fall. Okay, so the cliff technique is we're going to set our heels, okay, and we are not giving ground. We don't want to fall off that cliff. Now he's probably taking like millimeter steps here, okay, but at the end of the day, he's not giving ground because we do have to be ready for him to try to explode and just run straight through us. All right, so he's pretty much gathering himself ready for contact. So cliff technique, we're not backing up, not giving ground. If we get anything short, we're driving top down, okay? We get the slot fade. The benefit of this technique is he has to show us the route before he gets to us because we're using this on 3rd and long. He's playing a form of catch too. So he's going to reveal the slot fade right now, okay? So if we have our eyes on that near hip, okay, the hip is fully turned over. We are going to step replace. Okay, we want to step replace just in case he runs it out and then goes back in. But he trusts his eyes here. That hip is fully turned over. He is going to get into a crossover run. He's going to get a punch. You can make contact in college and high school before that ball's thrown in the air. Cliff, good job being patient, not falling off the cliff. All right, we get a stab and we stay on top of that back shoulder or of that slot fade. We're able to stay chest to chest, a little push off by him, but we're hand fighting. We initiated the hand fighting. Okay. We stay chest to chest, continue to squeeze. If he wants to complete that back shoulder or that slot fade, it has to be a back shoulder, has to be squeezed to the top of the pile or to the front pylon. Very difficult throw. Very, very difficult throw. And we have our corner who's coming to help us out as well. So it would literally have to be right at the pylon. If it's anything shorter or more inside, we get that ball. Great job with our body position, outside leverage as we should be, and great job using cliff technique, okay? Again, the cliff technique, using this in the slot, it's a form of catch man. We got the down the distance to our advantage. We know they got to go deep. We're going to be outside leverage, 9 yards. We're going to sit, all right? He has to commit before that 9 yards. Don't fall off the cliff. Everybody's, and it looks like he's playing a form of catch too, but On 3rd and 12, catch technique. If you're playing man-to-man, you should be playing a form of catch technique. All right. Great job here. Great finish. Okay. So again, guys, go grab that DB Mastery Program, thedbnetwork.com. We talk about all these techniques that you need to learn if you want to be an elite high school player so that you can go into college, get a college scholarship at any level, and then be able to be ready to compete there.